Welcome back. Today we're starting a new unit on systems of equations. Kind of a short unit because you've covered this one in Algebra 1 and Algebra 2, but it's a kind of a useful one in the real world. A lot of jobs and things that use this type of basic math. So again, that's what we're going to cover it again. So first off, we're going to learn how to graph systems. So we're going to graph both lines on the same coordinate plane, and we're going to find where they cross, their point of intersection. Now, 99% of the time, we're going to get an answer, a single answer, an ordered pair XY. But a little less than 1% of the time, we're going to get a no solution. And that happens when we have parallel lines, because they never cross. And then even smaller percent of the time, almost none, there is an infinite solutions, meaning that the two lines are actually exactly the same lines, and they land on top of each other, sharing all of their points. That's where we get the infinite solutions, but that's pretty rare. All right, so let's do a kind of a generic example, one that doesn't actually require us to graph it first. We're going to look at some specific answers. So for example, I got x plus y equals 5. I'm just going to list some random answers to that, like there's 0 plus 5, there's 1 plus 4, 2 plus 3, 4 plus 1, 3 plus 2, 5 plus 0. And then, of course, I could start getting tricky and throwing negatives, like negative 1 plus 6, or negative 2 plus 7, or 8 plus negative 3. I could also throw in fractions and decimals, like 4 and 1/2 plus 1/2 makes 5, or 3.7 and 1.3 makes 5. And the idea is if I were to go ahead and graph those, I'm going to kind of try to go kind of quickly. There's 0, 5, and 1, 4, 2, 3, 4, 1, 3, 2, 5, 0, negative 1, 6, negative 2, 7, 8, and then negative 3, and then 4 and 1/2 and positive 1/2, and then 3.7 and 1.3, and the idea is you can see that they are lining up. Whoa, that was a terrible straight line. Let's see if I can draw a straight line through those dots. Yeah, that was better. So that's what a line is. A line is essentially a list of answers to all the answers to a specific problem. Words are hard. Wow, words can be hard. So anyway, let's try the second one. X minus y equals 3. So we could do things like 10 minus 7, or 9 minus 6, or 8 minus 5, or 7 minus 4, or 6 minus 3, or 5 minus 2, or 4 minus 1, or 3 minus 0. Or if I continued that pattern, 2 minus negative 1. Remember, both numbers are dropping by 1 in this particular pattern we're seeing here. And I could do all kinds of crazy things. I could make the first number negative. If I had negative 2, then the second number would have to be 5. Whoops, negative 5. So again, it can get a little tricky. You can also have fractions and decimals and all that. You see how that works. So let's graph them. So the first one was at 10, 7. That's way over here. And then 9, 6, and 8, 5, 7, 4, and 6, 3, 5, 2, and 4, 1, and 3, 0, and 2, negative 1, and so on. You can see our line. And what we're looking for here is this spot right there, 4, 1. What makes 4, 1 so special is that 4, 1 was a correct answer to the blue problem and the red problem. And that's what we're looking for. That's what a systems of equations is. It's like, hey, there's a whole bunch of answers to these two problems. Can you find that one and only one answer that works for both? So we found lots of answers that worked for blue, lots of answers that worked for red, and then there was one answer that worked for both, and again, that's what we're looking for. So let's try a little simpler way. Let's go back and use our slope-intercept form. Now, if this is something you are a little rusty at, let me review real quick. That B number is the y-intercept, and that is where we start. So for example, in this blue one up here, I'm going to start on the y-axis at negative 4. But for the red one, I'll be starting on the y-axis at positive 1. That's our initial starting point. And then the m number, that's our slope. rise over run. We want that to be a fraction. So that blue one, it is a fraction. 1/2, that's a rise 1, run 2. And the idea is you want to get a straight line and you want to get all the dots possible. So you want to do that all the way out to the end. Rise 1, run 2. Rise 1, run 2. Rise 1, run 2. Rise 1, run 2. But you can always reverse a slope. Do both numbers backwards. So instead of rise 1 and run to the right 2, you could have gone down 1 and to the left 2, because a negative divided by negative is still a positive. So down 1 and left 2, that allows me to go in this direction following the same pattern, just reversed. Now one of those blue dots is going to be our answer. Let's find out which one. So for the red one, my slope was -2, so I have to make it a fraction so I can count my rise and run. So that slope is down 2 and over 1. Or again, I can reverse both numbers and go up 2, left 1. So I'm going to go down 2 and right 1 from that red dot, and then down 2 and right 1. I can see that's my answer right there. Down 2, right 1, down 2, right 1, and so on. But on that second line, as soon as I see my answer, I don't really have to draw all the dots. I already know what I'm looking for. But don't just circle it. What's the actual answer? Well, the x-coordinate on that answer is 2, and the y-coordinate would be -3. That is the answer. The picture is just you showing your work. The answer is here. All right, let's try one more of these. All right. Red one, intercept at -2. That's where this number comes from. And then my slope is a fraction. That will be, again, a rise 3 and run 1, or reverse both numbers. Down 3, left 1. So up 3, right 1, up 3, right 1, up 3, right 1, up 3, right 1. And then again, reverse that pattern. Down 3, left 1, down 3, left 1, and do that pattern until you can't anymore. And I'm going to be about 99% sure that one of those red dots right there is our final answer. Let's figure out which one it is. So the other one crosses the graph at -6, and its slope, which you can't see, is -1. And I again make it a fraction. So that means I can go down 1 and right 1, or reverse both numbers, up 1, left 1. So if I were to go down 1, right 1, down 1, right 1, you can see I'm going away from the red line. So I want to use the other one and reverse it. Up 1, left 1, up 1, up, there it is, I saw it. I just crossed. There's my spot right there. And that spot is at -1 off of the x-axis, and that looks like -5 for the y-axis. All right. Let me know if you have any troubles. Good luck today.